Hi, this is Dr. Tom Ianniello from North Isle Wellness Center in Miller Place, Long Island, New York. And today I'd like to take a couple of minutes to speak to you about handling and understanding digestive disturbance and malfunction. As you know, many of us suffer very commonly with problems with indigestion, heartburn, Crohn's disease, colitis, any kind of inflammatory disease going on in the body and in the digestive system, and it affects millions of people throughout the country, those of which are taking either antacids or medications in order to try to get relief, but don't get any long-term results from the drugs they're taking. So basically what's going on is that we have a lot of people with a lot of symptoms, anywhere from the stomach through the intestines and into the colon, who just take whatever they can find that gives them relief, whether it be Prevacid or Alka-Seltzer or medications or what have you. And they've been made to believe that they have these chronic digestive issues that have really no known cause. They're just given a name, but then they're not really giving a solution to the problem so they can correct the problem. Well, this is something I've worked on for many years as a chiropractor and as a wellness provider. So I'm going to go over a couple of things that you can check and have done to find more deeply rooted causes that could be fixed in order to actually correct your digestive system. So number one, utilizing chiropractic care, understand that there are specific nerves that feed the body and feed all the organs, cells, and tissues of your body. And believe it or not, think of your stomach and intestinal system as one large muscle group that is actually encased in nerves. And as these nerves from the spinal cord are actually going to those areas, they help that body function normally. So in my mind's eye, when I think of the intestines, I think of a 30-foot muscular tube that has nerves that innervate it and tell it what to do, specifically whether or not it should close down or open up. Now, the reason why I bring this up is that I've had many patients over many years who have complained of chronic constipation when I initially consult with them. And by doing nothing than adjusting the spine, specifically the nerves in the middle to lower back area that go to those areas of the intestinal system, we've had patients with chronic constipation begin to move their bowels normally again. I do this most often with little children. If I have a child who comes in who's had chronic constipation from birth of unknown origin and there's been no disease found, the first thing I do is begin adjusting the middle back and the lower back. And what we find is that motility, or the ability of the body to release toxins from the body, increases, and they begin to have more normalized bowel function. Over the years, though, working with patients, some patients would respond, as I've said before in other videos, and some patients would not. So I took it a step further and began to evaluate more on a biological level through laboratory analysis what might be going on. And here's what I found. Either one, the patient had some kind of underlying undiagnosed infection that was causing malabsorption and maldigestion of nutrients, or they had an overgrowth of candida or mold or fungus, or they had too much sugar in the diet, which was causing too much carbohydrate production, which was allowing the body to not normally digest, which was leading to, again, mold and fungal overgrowth. So believe it or not, through proper laboratory evaluation based on the area of complaint and the symptoms the patient has, we could use laboratory diagnosis to find underlying diagnosed infection, whether in the stomach or the intestinal system. And again, the areas we have to be concerned with, or the infections that are most commonly found in the stomach, are H. pylori. And in the intestinal system, we usually find some kind of parasitic or infectious disorder. And I understand the symptoms and the diagnosis, but I try to go from the state of what the cause of the infection is, or what the cause of the digestive problem is. So if we fix the cause of the problem, the body will heal itself. Now, other things that occur is that people that do not have infection, when we evaluate the body using nutrition response testing, which is actually in a way that we could physically evaluate different reflex reactions on different organ systems of the body, we could find weakness in reflexes, and then using nutrition, we can actually give the body what it wants in order for the body to help heal itself. And by using that means to give them the proper nutrition that they need, we've been able to get terrific results with the body actually correcting itself and handling its body itself by way of putting in the right nutrients and taking out those toxins that have existed, and then the body will begin to fix itself. The other thing that's been very helpful for patients has been cleansing. Understand that toxins can build up in the body over the course of a lifetime just from drinking water that's improperly filtered. Unfortunately, many of us consume drugs that cause toxicity in the body. The foods that we're consuming are loaded with pesticides and herbicides, and they're loaded with chemical food colorings and different types of additives and preservatives that are not good for our bodies. So all these toxins build up in the body over time, and because they are filtered through the digestive system, they sometimes cause the digestive system to be overclogged like a filter, and then that system does not work normally. So what ends up happening is the body begins to slow down the process of elimination, and as a result, toxins build up in the body, causing inflammatory response, whether in the stomach, the large bowel, the small bowel, or even the colon, and the patient can have digestive issues. So the nice thing about understanding cause is that if we actually correct the underlying cause of digestive dysfunction, then there is no digestive dysfunction and the body will actually heal itself. And I've seen this with simple things from digestive gas or bloating, or problems with acid reflux, to severe problems such as colitis or diverticulitis or Crohn's disease or GERD, or all these other named diagnoses that may be the result or the name of the resultant problem that we're actually helping the body correct. What's very nice though is the body can actually correct itself when given the right restoration process for whatever the cause of the problem is. So again, if we find the cause of the problem by way of proper evaluation and give the body what it needs, then the body will actually heal itself. I want to thank you for listening. I want to ask you to check us out at northilewellness.com. You can also find us on Facebook, and I hope to be speaking to you very soon. Take care.